Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to this video of the RiG'd Ultraswing Mega-Fit on my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. I decided to go with the RiG'd Mega-Fit size due to the capability of carrying a 40-inch tire. Currently I'm only sitting with a 37, but there is room to grow with the Mega-Fit. The Mega-Fit is intended for full-size trucks, but as you can see here, it does fit nicely on mid-size as well. Particularly the Gladiator, it fits perfectly as the longer arm of the RiG'd comes right out to the taillight, but does not extend past the body line or the fender. So it is a perfect fit for the amount of swing that you can achieve with the Ultraswing. I'll go over a few details of accessories that I picked up with the Ultraswing and touch just briefly on the bumper that I have carrying everything, but more to come on that later. So one of the pieces that does come with all of the Ultraswings is the license plate light and license plate holder. It's a really nice stainless piece, integrates really well. It's easy to run the wiring, which I'll show later. For the Ultraswing, it comes with 6 feet of cabling. I personally have mine just tucked around the side, and then it follows down to the 7-pin connector, 4-pin in this case for the RiG'd. But I'll go into a little bit of the wiring later. So let me go ahead and first open this up, and I can show you a few more accessories as well that I chose for my Ultraswing. I did go with the side hack plate. I put some Rhino Rack Stoic clamps on here. These are extremely convenient and easy to use, plus they are lockable, so just a little bit nicer than your typical quick fist rubber mount, but serves the same purpose. Let me close these up here. So first I will go and throw the handle, get that loosened up, then come back here and grab the included safety pin with lanyard. Once that's pulled, sorry about the background noise there, we can open up the Ultraswing and go out the full distance. As you can see here, it will stop on its own. I won't put the pin in right now, just because it's not gonna go anywhere, but the pin would come off the supplied lanyard. Actually, I'll just do it. So a magnet here, and then you can throw it into your final hole. I won't push it all the way out. From here you can see the back. I also opted to go with the drop-down table here and cutting board. Really nice for when it's time to cook out. Big, nice surface. And then the cutting board has an automatic stop when it comes out. On the back of the side hack, I also threw on an outer limits supply quick release bracket so I can carry my first aid kit, or even I have a Demmer box speaker that I can put there when it's time to play some tunes, making some food. You can see from here again the wiring of the license plate holder, as well as the backup camera, which I'll touch upon when I close this back up. They all come out nicely. Just use some 3M little stick-on wiring loom brackets. They fit out really nice, and they keep everything super clean. Where the latch comes in at that hole, this does not even come close to interfering to the latch. Everything is much smaller in diameter here, but I chose to run it on the back side of this here, and then it just comes down, and then it will go behind and again attach with a few more of those 3M sticky tapes. That leads me over to the skep that I also bought. Really like this platform, makes it super easy to get in and out of the Scout camper. For me, it's kind of a necessity. Everything does lock with the provided locks that you do get from RiG'd with your accessories and with actually not with the bumper, this is my own lock here, but with the accessory you will get that. To touch real quick, I do have an Evo high and tight rear bumper on my Gladiator. This bumper incorporates the receiver hitch into the bumper, as you can see, lifting everything up an extra 8 inches over the stock location. So this tire carrier and tire, and even with the bike rack on, it gives so much ground clearance over the stock setup. And the bumper has a nice tight profile to the frame as well. I really like the style of this bumper, but again, the RiG'd will work with any bumper with a receiver hitch typically, especially the OEM bumper, it'll still work with. So let me go ahead and close up this table so I can show you all the backup camera setup that I have on here as well. And as you can see too, the bottle opener is incorporated into the latch, which is pretty cool. You just want to make sure the table is down first before you would try to use it, or else you'll have your beverage spilling everywhere. So let me pull this pin again. Again, it wasn't fully in there. And I will walk the tire carrier around. It's got a nice stiff bushing on it, so you can make sure it doesn't go anywhere if you forget the pin sometimes. I'm sure it'll loosen up here. And as you can see, the wiring has its own memory. I did install these black caps on here. I think they just clean everything up. They're not included. Just got those off Amazon. But again, they just kind of keep everything looking nicer, keeps them, sometimes they keep the water out depending on the location, but it also acts as a nice little reminder for where the wires kind of go through. I can give you a look here too at the back of this tire, and I did add those caps in a few other spots as well, kind of hidden, but a nice little touch. You can see them behind there too. But let me get this completely closed up. So what you're going to want to do, make sure your latch is undone, push this all the way back, and you'll see it lines up. So you want to put your pin in first. I probably should have, the magnet caught that just fine, so that works out pretty well. So get your pin in, throw your latch, and you're secure. One other piece I did forget to mention that did come with the locking pin is the wob knot. This is for carrying a bike rack off of the back, so it's an extension so I can get the bike rack out from the spare tire. But as you can see, I'll step back here. This spare tire is sitting very tall in comparison to the ground and for ground clearance. I'm at a little bit of a slant here, but this is, if I put my arm straight out, I'm at the bottom of the tire almost, so it's very big as far as the lift size. And then the last thing I did was I incorporated the Gladiator OEM backup camera to the swing out portion. It's directly in line with where the OEM camera would sit on the bed, and this bracket is from Mule Expedition Outfitters, and I simply just drilled holes on the swing out, and this is such thick metal, I tap them for a little I believe it's an M4 button head. It could be an M3, I'd have to look again. And then I did seal up behind them with little rubber washers just to try to mitigate any water going inside the swing out. Don't honestly know what that would have done to warranty or anything like that, but it's what I chose to do, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I did raise it up as much as possible in order to get a better view. Without the bike extension hitch on here, this gives me a great view. I catch a little bit of the tire and I catch a little bit of the step, but it gives a really nice view. And even with a 40-inch tire eventually, I don't think anything would be blocked, and it just saves me from moving it down too far and capturing too much step in there. So hope you enjoyed the tour around my RiG'd Ultraswing Mega-Fit. Again, I think it is the perfect size for the Jeep Gladiator. It does weigh 79 pounds versus the multi-fit that still carries up to a 37, which weighs 65 pounds. So you do tack on 14 to 15 pounds of weight, but having a longer swing and the capability of moving this to a full-size truck one day was appealing to me. So that is the RiG'd Ultraswing Mega-Fit on my 2020 Jeep Gladiator with Evo high and tight rear bumper. Thanks.